Hello and welcome back to our video series on how to set up and operate the Viper 4. In this episode, we are going to walk through how to use the System Manager. The System Manager is used for updating the Viper 4 and Raven CAN nodes, working with feature unlocks, and looking over some hardware information. We won't go into a lot of detail with how to update software or unlock features, but you can check out our support website for instructions and how-to articles. The first tab is for Viper 4 software. Here you can see the currently installed version, as well as the version that was installed before the last update. The information button next to the current version will display the full number for both the current and previous versions. If for whatever reason you need to go back to the previous software version, you would use the Software Revert button. The Factory Reset button will clear all files and settings from the Viper 4. It is best to use this only when absolutely necessary, and be sure to copy any important files and settings before doing the reset. If you have software ready to be installed onto the Viper 4, that version will display under Update. When using either a USB or wirelessly via Slingshot link, the software will not update until you decide to update it. When you do choose to update, just be sure to have the machine running so there aren't any changes in voltage during the update process. In the Hardware Update tab, you can see the CAN nodes installed on the system and their current versions. This is also where you would update node firmware. There are two ways to get node firmware onto the Viper 4. The first method is through the File Manager, which we covered how to use in the previous video, and the second method comes with 2.3 and newer Viper 4 software. With 2.3 and above, CAN node updates are packaged with the Viper 4 software. Using this method, you won't need to use the File Manager unless you want to update to a version that released after the latest Viper 4 update. Once the node updates are loaded, highlight the node you want to update and then pick the available version. Then, use the Apply Update button. And remember, have the machine running when you update. Any temporary or permanent feature unlocks will display in the Unlocked Features tab. Permanent unlocks will display at the top, and any temporary time will display at the bottom. Temporary time will have every available option unlocked on the Viper 4 as long as there is still time available. The temporary time refers to total time spent working in jobs, not from how long the Viper 4 is actually on. If you ever need to get temporary or permanent unlocks, you will need the identification number and the job code time. If you are connected to a Slingshot Field Hub, you can see some basic diagnostic information in this tab. However, it is usually best to use the lights on the Field Hub for more in-depth diagnostics. The Hardware Information tab has some general info and diagnostics for the Viper 4 itself. Under Lifetime, you can see overall usage information to include how many hours the Viper 4 has been on, how many times it has been powered up, and how many times it has been improperly shut down. You can also see the status of specific hardware components. Under Usage, you can see error counts for the CAN ports, as well as the available memory and storage on the Viper 4. If you ever need to look over the license agreement again, you can do this in the License tab.